What's happening, guys? Fallen from OTB here, coming at you with a new video. TH16, we're starting to get used to it. We're starting to understand some of the more difficult things. We're having tougher wars and really getting matched against like some real crazy guys. We are going to show a couple of different attacks here. Let's just jump into it. I apologize ahead of time. I do not have much time, and I am a jerk because I have two of my attacks in here, and I apologize. I'm picking I'm being a little bit, greedy on this one. So anyways, we're going to dive into this right away and start looking at just a few attacks today. We don't have much time, but what I'm going for here is different styles of attacks. We're also focusing on centralized town halls for a few of these attacks because they're so difficult here. So your typical everyday spam attack is still working. Now keep in mind, we don't want to discredit the skill put into this attack because it still is effective. It's just all about how you're using those troops. And just because you're spamming them together does not mean that you can always get away with that. In this case here, we have a nice little blimp bomb. We're dropping that heal on everything. We're going to clean out that core. After some couple little issues right there, big heavy core of things to destroy. One thing to keep in mind is these centralized town hall bases. If you don't have a plan for the town hall in the core, the root riders are not going to work so well. We're going to see that, and we're going to learn that here very quickly. So again, we had a plan in this particular case where we're dealing with the core using a blimp. The root riders are too slow. So that's confirmed. Already mark that on your calendars. It's just way too slow. It ain't happening. These troops are way better to go around the outside or go through kind of a scheduled pathing. That's going to work a lot better. I do love the combo with the E-Titans here because they're going to clear out any traps. They're going to provide any tank as well for your heroes and things trying to push around. Queen does go through the core right there, which is really nice, depending on however that ends up working out. It's just good to notate that root riders are not going to be able to deal with a strong core that might be raged up or with lots of poison because they do move so slowly, and these very strong centralized town hall cores are going to stop root riders before they're going to be able to chew through everything. So this was not the case here for Drum. He had a plan of going around, and he kind of walked everything around the outside, and that's exactly what root riders are going to do a really good job at for you. Let's see. Other things to note is this attack has been working well for quite a few different people and different variations of this. I think at the same time people are finding it more difficult to use root riders because defenses are getting a little bit tougher, and you can't just drop all of your troops in the same spot right here. We're going to dive into Tam and Tam's new attack. Another thing to learn about the way that bases are set up nowadays is you have to learn that it's requiring multiple steps to be able to kill these bases. If you're going against a really good team, in this particular case, this Denver Elite team has insane stats in war. They've won tournaments. They've done a lot of really good things in their Clash career. These boys know how to roll, and they did end up beating us. And they used a lot of the same attacks. It's just, again, how you use them. So I think one of the best things still around is the blimp bomb. Again, we're talking about centralized town halls. If you're going to run any troops through the core, I would suggest probably doing super bowlers. Are still really popular with either the rage with the warden or the HP boost tome. So here we're seeing that first phase of the attack is done. We've drawn the CC out. We're starting the queen walk here around the outside. Again, planning around that core. We're moving everything around as efficiently as we possibly can. It's going to take us a little while getting through this core right here as he's just walking those troops around the outside. We are starting our funnel down here, which is really interesting. We have the warden popping in there. Make sure to avoid that monolith to the best of your ability. The old, the poor little walrus went down. However, that's short-lived for that monolith's path of destruction right there. Again, when you're using these root riders, they're supposed to go either around a pathing or right around kind of the ring of the base. They're going to be tanky enough to handle some defenses at the same time, but not all of them. So hopefully people are learning that, as certain attacks are just not working. So we're kind of focusing on that fact of what is and isn't working here. And see those little skeletons like that? This is where a lot of the times you see a lot of success with E-Titans, because they're able to clear those out. It's just minimizing extra damage or getting your heroes caught up on them for some time. Queen is going a different direction, whether or not that was the plan. I do like to run Queen in a different direction in my attacks than the rest of the group. I think heroes are really strong on their own, and then I think Root Riders are really strong when you're following those guidelines of pathing around the outside and things like that. Root Riders can take care of it by themselves. However, I would back them up with the use of a Royal Champ. So you're going to find that to be a lot more successful as well. Nothing else to say about that attack. That's a really good job. King drops his ability at the very end right there. Really nice. Now keep in mind, these guys are on like a million war win streak, so it was really cool to be able to have a war that close. I think we can be proud about that in so many ways. We're going to go to my attack. One of my two today. Sorry, guys. It's just tough because I know what I'm thinking on these attacks, you know. So a little bit of an oblong style base. You're going to notice that I held on to the Zap Quake here because I wasn't sure where I wanted to use it. My goal was to use it in the middle if I needed to, but I also wanted to make sure that this area was cleaned out. So we did start the Flinger there. We had a couple troops to make sure, and I'll be fair to admit that I did wait a little bit longer than I should have to do the Zap Quake. I just wanted to be sure because there was a lot of threats around that monolith as well, so I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do, and I kind of wanted to react based on what I was seeing throughout the course of the attack. So the purpose of Super Barbs, I absolutely love them. They're the best at cleaning out certain areas, testing for traps. It is a little bit of a commitment of troop space, but they're going to help your pathing a little bit better, going around the around the outside in particular. Here we're trying to deal with pulling that CC right there very specifically. So since everything is being pulled right there, then I love to use either 2 golems or 1 golem and 1 ice golem, depending on what I can get away with the use of my heroes. So back when I was explaining that it's really important that you combine the heroes to do sort of like their own plan. So here we're chipping away on this whole side of the base, the side and the top. We don't want to come back to those areas and we don't want to deal with them. What you will find with my attack is that sometimes we'll leave the core open depending on if the RC is not going to be able to show up there to deal with the core. So sometimes they do have to go back or they just straight up go around. So here King is, we're trying to allow the King to do as much damage as possible by freezing a couple times. Here's what I'm talking about. When we have that pathing set up, we're using those Super Barbs around the outside to try and take care of those outside defenses to prevent the riders from going to the outside. We want them to continue to push toward the core, and they're just going to do a really good job tanking. Here again, we have that core that is open. Queen's going to get the kill, but the single target's still going to stay up. Here we pop the ability. We heal all those back up because this is the mega damage zone, so we're preventing that damage from happening. Once that Town Hall goes down, we're going to be sitting in poison while we're dealing with that last little section. So we could have hung on to that freeze anyways, but we chose not to. CC pops and those troops are cleaning around the outside. Everything pushing forward, and really those Root Riders did an excellent job. They did exactly what I wanted them to do. They're taking out all those primary defenses, tanking for the heroes. We have all the heroes alive, and into our final little push to pick up that last kill on the single target Inferno. So we had a plan for that. We're using the Zap Quake. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm going to continue using it. It's been working ridiculously on these attacks. So going over the current war, because I'm talking fast because I don't have much time. I have 3 more attacks to go over. We're going to go over number 2. We have a perfect war here early. Fantastic job by everyone. We have an insane destruction percentage on these wars. Even our lost wars are in the upper 90%. Can't ask for more right there. It's a really nice TH16 is going well with the clan here. We see a very common base right here with Ant. Ant is going to be using the blimp bomb, and then you'll kind of see how he works it here. This is a phenomenal attack with those with the super barbs that are going to do some help on cleaning. And then here we got that blimp moving in right here. That is so. Never ever turn down the opportunity to get a good side angle kill of the town hall. I think it's absolutely worth it to do what he did here, and you will see this attack work. Some of the best attacks, or even just these side attacks with the blimp bomb. Mega rage situation going on right there. We have a couple invis left. We're hoping to take care of that the scatter shot right there. And, you know, in a perfect world, we would get down the monolith as well. It doesn't look like that's going to go down. Those troops got a little bit distracted. So now you're going to see super barbs coming in, poking some holes in the defenses, and trying to be able to kind of set that pathing. Because as you can see, that very clear pathing right there, we are going to push with the heroes. We got 4 healers to come with as well. And then we're going to be pushing with the Root Riders as well along the outside. So Root Riders are fantastic for things like, you know, Expos, the Multi-Inferno Towers. They do suck up the damage on those cannons. The cannons are nasty. Insane defenses with those cannons. So those Root Riders are hitting their first poison here immediately. We're going to have to use that ability nice and soon, but that's totally fine because this is the big damage section of the base. That's left. Of course, that back end is going to be not the funnest thing to deal with, but we have heroes are still healthy. They're doing their job. People are getting picks left and right. Typically, those heroes are just kind of filling in for where the Root Riders are tanking, and they're kind of falling short on damage. The heroes are stepping into tanking that RC strategically deployed around the outside, so RC can guarantee all those kills around the outside. We have those few things pushing up here as that monolith is going to go down shortly after the RC, and it's just a chain effect into all those heavy defenses that are going to go down here around the outside, and the heroes are healthy. RC still has ability as we get into that final last little section of the base right there. This is overkill. Again, I love the use of the super barbs. Are fantastic for what they do. So there is a great job by Ant. Also trying some new strats. We're seeing these guys with new strats. I love to see it. We had Tam doing a new strat here. Alright, here's the greedy part. Number 5. So I wanted to show this base. So this is the first time I've been dabbling with this style of an attack. We're trying to do the recall strat. I use the same strat typically, except with the golem and the ice golem or the double golem. So same idea here. We want to do a queen walk to clean up all this garbage over here. By the time queen gets to kind of middle, we're going to suck her up because she's probably going to get next to the core defenses, or it could get a little scary for her. We're going to start that flinger down there. We really want to take care of that cannon. I actually think we don't get it done because I was not paying attention to that ground expo sitting up there. So, however, the work is still done. Now, keep in mind with the recall strat, the whole point here is, I mean, it's great to have a plan with what you're going to do with her. I thought for a second the queen might have been pushing the town hall, and I just kind of let her go based on that knowledge. I thought there was a chance that she could have gone that way. She did not. So we did have to recall her, and then queen, oh, hey, the cannon is being dealt with. So then on this side, king can do everything. King is so strong that he can take care of all these heavy defenses. He can still take out probably that royal champ down there. Here we've now got that popped. Queen is in trouble. We recalled her. We still have some open defenses over here that we need to deal with because we need to path those. We got to get those Root Riders pathed up the core nicely here. It's going to be a little slow because of that poison tower. So we just assured to get the queen in there to try and deal with the enemy queen. All those other kind of defenses over there, kind of with the support of the Yetis, we're going to take down those defenses. We're pushing in with the main troops right here, hanging on to RC just in case we have a plan. We do end up just deploying RC behind everything. we're doing a good job. Kind of a bad freeze placement right here. That was already going down. Queen taking major damage. We might have to freeze that. We do that. We're raged up. We're starting to get pretty low, and we're still on the back side of the base. As we get to the core, we're going to pop that ability here very soon. I just want to make sure all the troops were together and moving forward here, so we're going to pop that ability probably... Oh yeah, now, because it's getting sucked into that area with the invis, so things are going to be kind of misrouted here a little bit. However, those Root Riders are healing up very nicely with that max heal. Things are looking good. We popped that rage down, missed the king, but we got the big heavy defenses right there. Pushing into that last little section of the base, healer support there pushing into the core. Queen just poking away, RC standing behind all those Root Riders. That unnecessary rage in the back right there that I could have used for the Queen earlier, depending on the situation. We have us a dead base right here. Root Riders are there for that simple purpose of tanking. This is a hero Town Hall 16 update. This is all about the heroes. Put all of your money, all of everything into your hero equipment to make them stronger, upgrade those heroes. Can't stress it enough. That's just super important. We have to get our new guy involved here. Pat has been a phenomenal attacker, an amazing presence in the clan. His activity is awesome. He's always running FCs, trying new strats. This is a variation of the strat that he uses. We got the drill as well for the CC, and we got some bowlers involved. So that's kind of cool as well. We're pushing everything right up the middle right there, deploying that drill, heading in there immediately. Things are looking up already. Now he's going to be kind of feeding in these spells as we go here. So we're popping that early ability in which we're going to be able to support those troops with heals as they go. So most likely a heal on each of those multi-inferno towers, something like that. Sure enough. Those are the big damage areas. Back here we really only have the monolith to worry about, but that's a lot of thick defenses we have to get through, including those heroes over in the core right there. So we're popping a freeze on top of the Mani right there. Moving forward to take care of all those other defenses. Things are moving very nice and quickly. We're getting a nice view of everything. Slowly but surely things do kind of fizzle out. That's just the price of doing business with a lot of these attacks. Finally the CC pops. We are going to be able to take out that monolith here then. What more could you ask for? Your goal is just to... You know, these spam attacks are a little bit crazy. You never know how they're going to end. Your goal is just to make sure you have that coverage. Those heroes are kind of being protected throughout that process and making sure everything is nice and smooth. What more can you hope for? Everything is just kind of working around the outside to clean up here as we speed things up. We're going to do a random attack of the day just because I think I have like 3 minutes left to be able to get this going here. So we're going to do the random attack of the day. We don't know what to expect at all. Fantastic job, Pat. Welcome to the team, sir. Please stay as long as you possibly can. We're happy to have you, and that goes for everyone here. Very appreciative of everyone. We are going to work up the list a little bit more. I would like to see... Aka, is this going to be the one I do? Alright. I don't want to hear any shit from you, Aka. I'm doing your attack. Okay, box style base. Here we go. Aka's attack. Believe it or not, we're actually showing him. I don't know why. Aka is the biggest troll in the world, and here we go. He's got the rage, which is very useful. What level? Level 14 rage. I love how you can do this. And see what equipment we got going on here. Oh, we got to work on that gauntlet, Aka. What the hell? Okay, pushing everything forward here into the core. Those Root Riders are getting a little bit low. We're going to have to use that ability here potentially shortly. There we go. I want to make sure that we have a strong enough presence there. Okay, they're pushing into the Town Hall area. We froze that up. We got the heroes on top of it. King is not phased at all. Keep in mind this is Aka's lesser base, so he is not as caught up on his heroes and things like that. The offense is a little bit down there, but it might not be pretty, but it's working. King pops the ability into that nice compartment right there. King can deal with everything by himself. What a monster. King's still by far my favorite hero of this update. This is the first time I've actually enjoyed King. I just haven't before. And we're finally enjoying what the King can do. Frankly, thank you to the equipment and the gear, whatever, in the game. Fantastic. That is so cool. I love to see a King just go absolutely nuts, and it's so much better than just blasting out a million barbs like back in the day. It's just so annoying to see all the barbs. I mean, it was cool for a second, and sometimes it works kind of nicely on a spam strat or whatever when those barbs are running like crazy, but they're dead in like 5 seconds. So look at you, Akka. You've done it, sir, and you've actually killed another base too, I saw right next to here. So great job yourself there, sir. Really good job, everyone. We've got a phenomenal setup right now. We've had a couple losses to some insane clans. The Familia, those were the guys actually who won the tournaments. That's who I was referring to. The Denver Elite, a very good crew. We are looking very good though here as well. And look at those 100%, upper 90%, losses of 99% loss. So it's unfortunate how we lose wars sometimes, but that's just the price of doing business, guys. Anyways, we're going to end this video here right now. Thanks for checking us out. And this is Fallen from OTB signing off.